2018. I have her bio, which is a little shorter than mine, the one that I wrote anyway. She was born in South San Francisco, married and moved to this area in 1985. She has two beautiful daughters, Brooke and Brittany, and she began Camo Queen 8 years ago and works alongside her husband Bill, who is a lobbyist for the outdoor industry. She's been active in the community for many years, but this year is the chair of the upcoming crowning event to be held at CSD on June 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. The crowning event celebrates exceptional young people ages 15 to 25 who have overcome significant odds to succeed in life. And Brittany, who is down there at the end of the table, she was the first queen of Cameron Park. So let's give a warm welcome to Wanda Gaines.
Thank you so much for having me today. It's quite an honor to be here, and thank you to the Upper Room for hosting the luncheon today. Truly appreciate that. I'm the director of the crowning program for the Shingle Springs Cameron Park Chamber of Commerce, and we're reaching out to youth in our community in El Dorado County. We believe that together we can make a difference with our community in El Dorado County leading the way. As she just mentioned, we're having the crowning ceremony on Tuesday, June 18th at the Cameron Park CSD from 6 to 8 p.m. It's going to be a red carpet event. We're serving dinner. We have wineries and breweries involved so that the adults can do wine and beer tasting. We're going to have a DJ. Dinner will be served. Yeah, so we hope you all will join us, and I'll tell you more about that. You guys have probably seen on the bracelets, hashtag it's time to change the story. And some of you might wonder, what does that mean? Well, last year when I was asked to take over the crowning program, it began in 2016, and Danica was the director of the crowning program, and she asked me to take it over. I thought to myself, how can I help run a program and do something great for this community with our youth? And it didn't take long to figure it out. As all of you, I'm sure you'll agree, you wake up every morning, turn on the news, and it's one tragic news story after another regarding our youth. And every morning when I woke up, I just kept thinking to myself, man, it's time to change the story. That's where we came up with hashtag it's time to change the story. We have an awesome committee this year that's putting together this event, and they had asked me, where did that come from? And so we take great pride in feeling as though we have an awesome community, and we're gonna make a big difference with our youth. I'm gonna keep going on, telling you more about it, but as I put this presentation together, I want you guys to know, I was already feeling quite overwhelmed by the things we hear on the news about our youth. When I started to put this together, it was even worse than what I thought. So hang with me. The first few slides are going to be kind of like, whoa, that's kind of, but we'll get past that. Some of you know some of the tragic stories in our news have been bullying. And if you notice up here at the top of the screen, there was a young man in Folsom not too long ago who committed suicide because of bullying. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, it didn't seem so prevalent. Maybe a few mean words spoken and people went home. Well, one of the nominees this year has experienced bullying and still experiences bullying. And I'll tell you what, the stories that I heard from this person, they're quite painful. It's gone real far, too far. I know that there are schools who are putting together committees to fight against this type of behavior. But yeah, so here you have it. Recent stories in the news are just alarming, and that's just one of them. And this is what our kids are seeing on the news every day, guys. More tragic news, more tragic stories in the news. Violent protesting. You guys remember UC Berkeley, when the students didn't have something the way that they wanted it, They went out and started setting the campus on fire. You have two other photos here that were recent. All these are within the last, at the most, 2 years, probably at the most a year and a half. And a lot of these are within the last few months, and some within even a couple weeks. So you see here, the violence, and I just keep thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is what our kids are being fed every day on the news. And in my mind, it's time to change the story. We live in an awesome community, and we've got some awesome folks who are doing awesome things here, and we can help make a difference. I know we can. More tragic news stories in the news. Violence against law enforcement. We all remember Natalie Corona this past January. 22 years old, 3 weeks on the job, gunned down. What the heck is going on? I don't remember things happening like this when I was younger. Maybe they did. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't know. We had where a ruling was made in March. They didn't like the ruling that was made at the courthouse, so they took flags and started burning them and showing their hatred towards law enforcement. And then we have this lovely woman here who is in Sacramento holding a sign that says, "All my heroes kill cops." This is real stuff, folks. This is what we keep hearing on the news. In my mind, we need more inspiring stories. We need stories like the kids that we have in our crowning program, which is why we're wearing these bracelets and creating awareness about hashtag it's time to change the story. You guys with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah. More tragic stories in the news. Gun violence and threats. Everyone's heard about them in our state and others. We had one in Woodland a few weeks ago. You see the kids being marched out here. Just on May 10th, a young man showed up to school in Rockland with a gun on him. What's going on? This is what our kids are hearing on the news, and we wonder why there's so many issues in society with our youth these days. Just look at all this. It was overwhelming. These are just some of the stories. These are just some in the last couple months or the last couple weeks. Think about that. So we need a program that promotes greatness in our youth. We need a program that gets out there in our community and is contagious in other communities. Let's move on here. Hashtag it's time to change the story, right? Youth depression and mental health. As I did the research, the statistics have skyrocketed since most of us were young. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe we could make a difference if we began embracing youth and treating them like they matter. Maybe if the chamber came along and promoted the crowning program in our community and other chambers and in other communities, maybe we can make a difference with all this stuff that keeps happening. Get our news media involved in promoting great things. Make our community know how cool it is to be a part of this program. But you know what? People won't know how cool it is unless you guys believe in it, unless you guys decide that it's cool, and you make the kids in our community know that it's cool. Otherwise, this is what we're going to keep hearing on the news. Hashtag it's time to change the story. And then, when you go on social media or you're talking with your friends, there's always the blame game going on. The blame game. Bad parenting, gun rights, mental health, or just simply kids who feel unimportant, broken, or alone. We can embrace them. We can provide volunteer opportunities. I know we can do this, you guys. We live in an awesome community. It's time to stop pointing fingers. It's time that we do something. Stop the blame game. Step up, be a leader. I'm obviously very passionate about this. I believe that our community is where we need to start. We could be the grassroots for something so great. If you look at this slide right here, flame is a lot like running in place. It helps you blow off steam, but in the end, you aren't getting anywhere. It's time to stop pointing fingers, folks. It's time that we all step up and do something. I believe together we can make a difference. Hashtag it's time to change the story. We've got some awesome folks involved in our community that believe in this program. We have the sheriff and his wife. They believe in this program. His wife's on the committee. Our county film commissioner, she has told me she believes that this program started right here in our community can go nationwide. I'm going to take her up on that. Quite frankly, I think we need a reality TV show with something like this. So, we've also got Channel 2 involved. Chris and I were there yesterday doing a public service announcement about the program. But you know what? We need people like you on board. We need the community to believe in this, and we need to know that we could kick some serious butt and start doing some great things that are contagious in our community and beyond. Not done. Here's what we're doing to change the story. The Shingle Springs Cameron Park Chamber of Commerce Crowning Program seek youth who have inspiring stories. We promote youth who are great role models, and we share their stories in our community. You see right here on the left, we have Adriana Novello. Long story short, she wasn't always on the right path in life, was the passenger in a car with some other kids, traveling over 100 miles an hour, hit a tree, car split in half. She's lucky to be alive. She had to learn to walk and talk all over again. She walks with a prosthetic leg now. And she's going in a total different direction in life. She has chose to run 2 nonprofit programs that help people who have gone through similar circumstances like her own. She helps people who have lost limbs in life. She goes and provides hope for them, and she provides therapy at a cattle ranch that she runs for people who need it, who have gone through things like herself. Over here, our current king, Charlie Bredall, he suffers from muscular dystrophy. Quite often, he's hospitalized and has medical issues, and if some of you know about that condition, it gets worse in time. He hasn't let that get him down. He's out there creating awareness in the community, and he fundraises for people who have the same circumstances as himself so that they can have a better life. These are the role models that we're looking for in our community, and I know they're out there. So you guys start thinking about who you know. They're out there. The Crowning Program provides great role models in our community, like Charlie and Adriana, who have the passion and ability to inspire, to infect others with their passion, the commitment to community as opposed to self-focused. They're selfless and they're accepting of others. They have a clear set of values. They're role models and act in ways that support their beliefs and values, and obviously the ability to overcome obstacles and achieve success. Those are the type of kids that we want to promote in our community. Hashtag it's time to change the story. And this program began in 2016. We've been planting the seeds ever since. Uh-oh, there's one that's upside down here. Oh well, okay. We've been planting the seeds ever since. Hashtag it's time to change the story. As you can see, people are starting to be excited about this program. It's starting to become more well known. Our county supervisor is always in attendance and running the ceremony, the day of the ceremony. That's her right there. And then here's some of the kids who have been in the program. Some of the kids at the Royal Court, Logan down there, who runs a cattle ranch. Chloe was the 2nd year queen. Adriana again, my daughter. There's Rebecca on the end there on the left. Her and her family were homeless for 3 years, and despite that, she kept pushing forward in school, got a scholarship, and went on to college. And so these are the stories, folks, that people need to be excited about. Not that we shouldn't hear the bad things on the news and be aware of what's going on in society, but we need to hear more stuff that's inspiring so that the kids will think this is cool. We need to get them involved. The crowning program needs business leaders like you. How can you help change the story? Well, you can support the crowning program and help make a positive difference in our community. You can seek and nominate youth with inspiring stories. I can't stress that enough. All 4 years, it's been somewhat difficult to get people to come forward with nominations. And here's the thing, you and I both know that we have kids in this community that deserve to be known. Even if they haven't gone through hard times, if they're doing great things in our community and deserve to be recognized, you guys need to come forward with it. We need to hear about it. This is a perfect program, and we're trying to get more media involved, and we just really need you guys participating in that way. Be positive, a positive mentor for our local youth. Provide volunteer opportunities. These kids in this program, if you have something in your business where you could use a volunteer, call me. These kids are excited. They want to do stuff. They want to feel important in our community. And guess what? We have these members of the chamber. What a perfect platform for embracing these kids who might otherwise feel like they have no hope or nowhere to turn. You guys are awesome. Come on, let's do this. Share stories. Share these stories. Don't just share them in our community, share them in other communities. Let's be contagious. Let's get other counties taking their chambers and doing similar programs and changing the stories that we hear on the news. I want to show you this one slide. Choose positivity and watch the world around you change. Think about that. Let's do it. Hashtag it's time to change the story. And how can you help right now? Well, we need sponsors. This year, we're at a new venue. It didn't cost us much of anything last year where we used to have it. This year, we're having it at the Cameron Park CSD. We have the hall expense. We have a DJ expense. We have the sash and crown expenses. We're doing dinner. There are quite a few other things. The scholarships. We need scholarship money. So we've got these levels here, $150, $250, all the way up to $1,000. And of course, any donation helps. And also, we'd like you to purchase your tickets today. If you could, invite your family and friends. It's very inexpensive, $10 a person, or $8 per person if you bring a group of 4 or more. But here's what I want to tell you. If you're only going to buy 3 tickets, buy 4. Why? 3 tickets are $30, 4 are $32. Spend the extra $2, bring a friend, let's pack the house. Let's show these kids that we really love the cool stuff they are doing in our community. They're not out there burning flags. They're not out there killing cops. No, we love what these kids are doing, and we need to show them that. So, I'd like you to purchase tickets today. If you can be a sponsor, I urge you to do that. We're going to do the raffle. Hashtag it's time to change the story, and here's how we're going to do it today. The chamber normally does pull a business card for the raffle, and we'll do that. But after we do that, keep your business cards in there, and we're going to raffle off 4 different tickets for the event itself. After we do that, anyone who buys in to be a sponsor or purchases tickets today, if we get people buying in at the sponsorship levels or purchasing tickets today, a combination of 5 people minimum, we'll do a raffle for, you'll get put in a special raffle for this right here with $30 to Camel Queen, and you'll also get a special bottle of wine. So, so if you're thinking about whether or not you're going to purchase your tickets today or be a sponsor, I urge you to do so, and you'll be put in a special raffle. So, do you want us to go ahead and do the business raffle right now?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Wherever the container is. Oh.
And And of course, hashtag it's time to change the story. And we thank you for your support. And we know that our community can lead the way. You guys with me on that?
Yes.
Let's do it. How about State Farm? Right on. That's this one here.
Chris, we have another one too. This is donated by Rebecca from Knievel's, $25 at Applebee's.
With that plant that you got, there's a $15 gift card in there as well.
Marianne Harper.
Oh. Yay, Miriam!
Take that one
I'll
down.
go around and see him. Vicky's gonna come around and see if you guys wanna purchase tickets. And since we don't have the actual tickets, we're gonna put your name on a list and she'll write down what you've purchased and it'll be at the door. And if you wanna do a sponsorship, I just can't urge you enough to do it today. We're gonna do great things with the people in our community, and thank you so much for being a part of it. Okay, next raffle.
No.
Okay, this is for a free ticket to go into the crowning ceremony on June 18th. So, Carol, that tablet I gave you?
What is this for?
Oh, this is Fred Ott again.
Oh.
Okay, you gotta write him down on the list. He has a free ticket to go into the event.
Four more. Okay, and then there's sponsor levels.
Plessy, you are the sponsor.
All right, Daryl Heim, the media group, yay!
Yes, okay, so 8
So he'll get a free
tickets would be,
ticket. Fred Ott,
so it's
Daryl
$8
Heim.
a person for 4, so $32.64.
Channel 2, George
Okay, so
Sabato.
it's $8 a person.
Okay,
And how many tickets? 8. Okay, 8 times 8
let's see
is
here.
64.
Morgan Stanley, Kenneth McCready. All right, so I'll give these to Carol to make sure you guys get put on the list. And if you plan on going, I urge you to buy tickets, you guys.
Excellent, thank you so much.
I'll wait about, 5 minutes to see who would like to be a sponsor or purchase tickets. Vicky's coming around. I can go around with the other tablet too after we write down these names. And then we'll do the special drawing. And this is 30, 40, 50. It's about a $60, $65 value. So I'm sure your wife would love for you to come on with it, or your mom, or your sister, or...
Do we make the checks out to Shingle Springs Chamber?
Camel Queen's an apparel
Yes,
line
yes.
for women who love the outdoors.
Can I pass this with you?
Yeah, so, yeah. Make your checks out to the Shingle Springs Cameron Park Chamber of Commerce. Please put in the notation area, crowning program.
1.
Thank you. I'm gonna go around and see who would like to.
Do the Camel Queen website.
Oh, the Camel Queen website is camelqueenclothing.com.
And the Shingle Springs website.
And the Shingle Springs website is sscpchamber.org. So, there you go. I'm gonna go around about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll do the special drawing.
Thank you, Wanda. Thank you very much for everything you do. I appreciate that.